doubly not decent. Go! Did you see them diagonal? No! One from Casemiro and Amrabat. One of them even led to a Diego Dallo set up Garnacho. Midfield looked on point, I know. Comfortable all of the game, I know. Anana kept a clean sheet, I know. Even any team can get it, even Newcastle. Come with your first team, better not down tools. You know I'm old school when you hear me say, ooh. Dirty, see, that's me. Ooh. Yo, this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Firms, and we're going to celebrate another W. Man, Manchester United needed that. Look, the Bournemouth game was stress, bro. It was stress. The last 1-0 victory, and Manchester United needed to build off that, you get me? And getting the W against Crystal Palace was just another game where we'll build confidence and do nothing but a whole lot of good for our players, especially in the light of the negativity. Look, Onana got a clean sheet, Martial even got on the score sheet, Mason Mount come back and even get a nice assist, and he looked sharp like he never left. But let's get back into it. Look, guys, I must say, look, this is the first time and it feels like forever that Manchester United has controlled the game from start to end. When I mean start to end, I mean start to end. Manchester United look completely comfortable. Like, it was like, you know, back in, it reminded me of them games like under LVG or something, or Mourinho, where it was boring and playing football. We got the 1-0 whatever and we left. It felt like that, but this time we got 3 goals. But what I mean by like boring and like comfortable, it's just like there was no basketball type, you know what I mean? We had the control of the game, man. Controlled it. Like, and I want more games like that, you understand, where my blood pressure, my heart rate is not going through the roof. Like, I must say, like, I enjoyed that. It felt like how City supporters must feel, or Liverpool supporters of late. These, or Arsenal even, like, where you can just control a game from start to finish, man, get your 3 points and then move. Just move, man. Proceed to the next round. And that's what Manchester United done, man. So I rate Manchester United for that, especially, like I said, in light of all the stress that Erik ten Hag and the pressure that he's facing. Do you know what I mean? If he loses the game today, we're back to the Sancho situation, do you know, and we're back to his decision making, do you know what I mean, on the field and off the field, like I said. But he's getting those W's, he's keeping the fans quiet, man, the ops quiet, and he's proven, like, you know, for now anyway, his decision is correct, you know what I mean? He wants standards set at the club, he's gonna make his decisions and he's gonna have to stand by it, good or bad, do you know what I mean? I respect him for it. You know what I mean? So we're through to the next round and we've got Newcastle, you get me? So it's going to be a tough game. The final of the last season. Do you know what I mean? So look, I'm happy we got them, man, because I don't want to mess around. Like, if we get Newcastle, hopefully we can get through and beat them. They're a tough opposition, I can't lie. It's going to be a stressful game. And then, you know, you would only assume that you've got Liverpool in the final. But, you know, I'd rather come out early than waste time and go far in this competition and, you know, get knocked out in the final. Like, we're not on that, so I'd rather face the tough opposition now and get that out of the way. But look, Manchester United clearly had a game plan. We clearly had a game plan. How many times did we see them diagonals getting whipped over to Pellistri and Dalot? Like, the first goal, was it, who's hit that diagonal? Was it Mason Mount or something? Someone hit the diagonal anyway, and then Pellistri controlled it nicely and just laid it off to Diego Dalot, who drilled and whipped that crossing low, and Garnacho got on the end of that. And you know what I liked about that as well, especially, is from Pellistri, like, look, for the first time in a long time, like, he's got his first start, his 90 minutes, not his first start, but he got his 90 minutes. Well, did he get 90 minutes? He got a lot of game time, should I say, him and Garnacho. And I just like the fact that you had 2 wingers, like 2 proper wingers, not your Rashfords or your Antonys, just 2 young, flary, exciting guys wanting to prove something. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it was with Garnacho. And you saw it showed on the score sheet where he got his goal. And Pellistri, do you know what I mean? He was pivotal in the first goal to support Garnacho to get his goal. He just took that ball down nicely. Do you know what I mean? Just took that cross down nicely from, I think it was Mount anyway, and just laid it off. He just kept it simple. What I liked about it is he kept it simple, not trying to do too much. Yes, he's desperate to prove himself, but he also is making the right decisions. You know what I mean? He's making the key right decisions. He's showing maturity. His first thought is to provide for my teammates, not go on a rampage to try dribble past 3 man and score top bins. And that's what I like about Pellistri, and that's why I think there's hope for that guy. We need guys like Pellistri, man, getting more game time, man. And he gave a good account for himself, you know what I mean? It can do no harm in his fight to try to knock on the door to secure that right hand side. Obviously, we know what's happening right now with Sancho, with Anthony. Look, Pellistri's got a good opportunity to get some minutes under his belt and show what he's capable of. And to know what, like, he's given a good account of himself. He's given Erik ten Hag something to think about right about now. And I like it. Look, big up to Pellistri, man. He's doing his thing, man. I rate him, man. I want to see more of him in the squad. Look, Amrabat as well, man. Look, he started off at left back again, right? And you know, that has me worried, man, because Man United's always that team that brings in players and for some reason they just play out of position. You're just like, why? You bought this player for all these good stuff that you saw him doing in his team, his previous team, in his rightful position. Then we bring him in and then he's playing left back and all of that. Obviously, I understand it. Like, there's a caveat to that. I understand it. You know, Mark Malassia's injured. Do you know what I mean? Luke Shaw's injured. You know, we don't even know about their return dates. So, like, I'm not necessarily too. I understand it. You know, when I first saw the lineup, I thought, was it going to be at the three at the back situation, 3-4, was it 3 or whatever it was? But yeah, we played Amrabat left back, and to be fair, he gave a better account for himself. You know, he gave a better account for himself against Palace. You know, he was giving me Zinchenko vibes. You know what I mean? Coming into the midfield and doing his thing, supporting, pack out that midfield and support with attacking play and defensive phases of play. I liked it, man. I like Amrabat. He looked a lot more comfortable and he showed exactly what he was capable of, man. You saw the strength, the tenacity. He chased the ball down. Do you remember one time he chased down that youngster Crystal Palace guy down the wing, edged him off the pitch? Do you know what I mean? Patted him on the back and said, "Don't worry, my son. Like, I never meant to hurt you. You get me? Like, you know, get back into the game." Like, that's Amrabat for you, man. And you know what? It added a lot more balance, man. We saw in the second half, he edged into the midfield. Do you know what I mean? Lindelof went left back and he partnered up with Casemiro. And I must tell you, man, that partnership looked really good, man. It really did look good. And we looked a lot more balanced and a lot more stable, man. There was no times where, you know, we were chasing shadows or chasing after the ball, running towards our goal. It was controlled and we was on an offensive foot, you know what I mean? Pass that ball around, and that's what we need to see more of, man. Casemiro seemed a lot more comfortable and free. We see him get forward and get his goal. You see him get an assist. And I think part of that was the fact that we had, like, the stability of Amrabat. You know, Amrabat at times, I saw him, you know, being the first man to receive the ball from Onana and progress the ball forward. Do you know what I mean? And I know Erik ten Hag wanted that profile when he first came in, the likes of De Jong. And I saw Amrabat do that at times. Do you know what I mean? I see that guy can work perfectly as a single pivot DM, but he also does well in a double pivot with Casemiro. And I really want to see him partner with Casemiro because we need a partnership duo like that. Do you know what I mean? We need it. Some people may say, you know what, was the balance great because, you know, the opposition was dead and we didn't really get pressed. Because to be fair, we didn't really get pressed. Like, it was stress free. At the same time, some people may say, do you know what, right? There was no Bruno Fernandes giving away the ball. Do you know what I mean? We had Mount in there with the legs as well. We had Casemiro, we had Amrabat. They all have legs. They all chase the ball and retain the ball in some way, shape or form. But Bruno doesn't. Do you know what I mean? There was no Rashford as well, like giving away the ball, running into 3 men, not looking up and wasting the ball. So maybe there was a bit more recycling and less wastage. I don't know what people will say, but for the first time, you know what I mean, I saw a game where I was just very comfortable. We won 3-0, you know, and it was smooth sailing. It was cruise control. Everyone done their job, and I was proud of everyone. I really was proud of everyone. Even Hannibal Mejbri, he came in, he showed his tenacity, he showed his energy in the midfield. You know what I mean? He's growing. You know what I mean? He's getting minutes and he's showing what he's about. He's growing, playing with the first team players, getting those minutes. And you know what? He's taking his opportunity and he's seizing it as well. Like, it goes to show, like, you know, Erik ten Hag is not shy for playing the youth players. He brought more youth into the first team setup, training. Dangor got his game time as well. Look, Erik ten Hag, and Dangor did okay as well. Like, Erik ten Hag ain't scared to play the youth. Do you understand? He ain't scared of that. And it was good as well to see Varane, man, back in the starting lineup, man. Look, he come back. He looked very sharp again. He's back like he never left. He got a good amount of minutes before he got subbed off. And look, we need Varane. We really do need Varane because Palace is going to want revenge. But the Palace that we're going to see on the weekend is not going to be the same Palace that we saw against in a Carabao Cup. You know what I mean? They played a weakened squad. Let's not get it twisted, because when Eze came on, it was giving our defenders something to think about. You know what I mean? And if he would have started, who knows what the game would have looked like? You know, Mateta had some good opportunities. He forced some saves from Onana. It was good to see Onana keep a clean sheet. Like I said, it's good to see Onana make some decent saves with his hands, because he's been getting memed a lot. You know, he's like a Pirlo in goal and stuff. But he was able to show, you know, against Palace that he's able to make saves. You know, even though some of them was directed more to him. But you know, the reactions and just being ready to make those shot stops, he was there, and you know, gave a good account of himself. You understand? So I hope that gives him a word of confidence as well going into the next games. But look, I'm happy with that victory. You know, we got Newcastle next. It's gonna be a big game. But Man United can do it. Do you know, understand that Newcastle hasn't gone off to a flying start. Yes, they got the 8-0 victory against, who was it? Sheffield United or whoever it was. 8-0. That was a surprise. It was a big shock. You know, they're flying high. Their tails are up. You know, they just beat Manchester City as well. Knocked them out. Although, you know, albeit like Newcastle, Manchester City's team was weakened as well. They didn't play the likes of your Haaland. They brought on Foden second half. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, to take the scalp of Newcastle City is always going to give you big confidence, and Newcastle did that. So, you know, I just hope by the time we face them in a Carabao Cup, fourth round, you know, that their confidence is a bit low. You know, Manchester United are on the high. You know, Amrabat has solidified his place in that midfield, and Casemiro's made a formidable duo. And you know, we go on to progress. That's all we can want, man. We need to start. Our season starts now. Do you understand? You know, we're slowly starting to get certain key players back, like the Varans, like Amrabats, like your Mounts. Do you know what I mean? Our season starts now. It really does, man. We need to kick on and push on, and we need to close this gap, because we're already probably like 8-9 points behind Manchester City. It's terrible this early on in the season, but you know what I mean? All we can do is move forward and kick on down. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sure that, you know, if you continue our playing in a way what we played against Palace, that we can start to get more points, because all of our wins so far, even though it's not been too many wins, but any of our wins this season, it's not been convincing, and we've been lucky to get those wins. Do you know what I mean? This is the first game where I can say, do you know what, we won convincingly, and we deserved it. And I want to see more performances like that. You know what I mean? But that was just my take on it. Let me know what your take was. Let me know who your man of the match was. Let me say my man of the match was actually it's easy. My man of the match was Casemiro. Goal, assist, the pass, the finesse to Martial. Do you know what I mean? His ability, he's a danger in a box. Like, how many goals has Casemiro got? Let me just double check this, because I don't know, but he's probably got about, I don't know, 2-3 goals in all competitions, maybe more. Let me just double check. Casemiro. Let me see. He's well on his. Whoa, I'm pleasantly surprised. 4 goals in all competitions, 1 in the Premier League, 2 in Champions League, 1 in the EFL Cup, and he's got 1 assist. So that's 4 goals and 1 assist in all the competitions. And he's only played 8 games in all the competitions. Like, I see Casemiro potentially even getting double figures if he keeps this vein of form. There's nothing to say can't, especially if he's partnered next to Amrabat. You know what I mean? Where he feels more comfortable to go forward, knowing that behind the space behind him will be covered. There's nothing to say that Casemiro can't get 10 goals, man. Look, that will help us. That will be wonders for us. That will be wonderful. Do you understand? So big up Casemiro again, my man of the match. Let me know who your man of the match was. Do you understand? Let me know what your thoughts are on our upcoming fixture against Palace, what you think the result is going to be, man. Let me know. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash the like button. Until next time, peace.